right, guys, so I have it in hand. The brand new Elysium Eau Intense from ROJA Parfums. This is going to be really quick because these fragrances are different, but they're the same. Let me explain. What's up, YouTube? My name is Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy on the Fashion and Fragrance channel. If you're into looking good and smelling great as well, you have found the right channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, man. And make sure you hit the bell icon as well, so that way when I upload new content, you'll get notified. So guys, as I said, I have it in hand, the brand new Elysium Eau Intense. All right, the original was released, I think it was in 2017, and what a hit it was. I absolutely love the original Elysium, but now we have the brand new Eau Intense version of this fragrance. So how does it stack up to the original? And I want to also give you guys my initial thoughts. That's what we'll be covering in this video. So I'm going to run the intro, and when we come back, as you guys know how we rock, we're going to talk about it. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the brand new Elysium Eau Intense from the house of ROJA Parfums, then you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump into this video now. This fragrance was sent to me by the brand. I do want to make that clear, but obviously it is not going to affect my thoughts on what I share with you guys as it pertains to how I truly, sincerely feel about this fragrance. So let's get into it. So obviously we always start with the presentation. Again, I know most of you don't really care about the presentation, but I do want to show you what it looks like. It comes in a box like this. Is white. The original fragrances from this Parfum Cologne collection came in a black box, which comes in a white box. Says the name of the fragrance on the front. Of course, the brand has a nice, cool design. I'm not really sure what that is on the side, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to make this out on the video. But there's a nice design on the side of the box, but outside of that, nothing much going on the outside. Now, when you push the box out, it will rest in a nice velvety or felt textured interior. It's cushioned pretty nicely. So obviously with the fragrance sitting in there, it will be very safe and secure. But that's the box. So now let me show you guys the bottle. Now I absolutely love this bottle. It looks like it has kind of a gradient effect on it. There's a lighter color blue at the top, and it kind of, as it goes to the base of the bottle, you're going to get a darker hue of blue. Now, cap is almost like one of those rustic, metallic, metal looking caps, although it's not actually metal, I don't think, but it kind of gives you that appearance, almost rustic in a way. But it is really, 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 really nice. Of course, presentation on ROJA fragrances are second to none. On the back here, you have, of course, back it says a fragrance by ROJA, made in England. And I forgot to show, of course, the ROJA signature and insignia there on the cap. So again, presentation, man, is second to none. We actually have the insignia on the top of the cap as well. So of course, presentation is absolutely phenomenal on this bottle, but I know what you guys are here for. You want to hear what this thing smells like and how does it smell comparatively speaking to the original release, Elysium. So let's jump right into that. So guys, I have worn this fragrance several times. You may not really be able to tell, but I got a little bit of a dent in this bottle already because it was filled all the way to the top. But I have worn this several times out and about. I will say, before I even get to what it smells like, that we are in the perfect season to be wearing this fragrance because it is what I would consider to be a hot weather beast, a hot weather monster. This is a fragrance that you can wear when it is hot outside, and it is going to shine in the high heat. So how does this compare to the original, which I have right here, the original Elysium? But you guys see, I got a nice dent in that as well. I really, like I said, I really do enjoy this fragrance. How does this compare to the original? Well, like I said, guys, these two fragrances are different, but they are alike in many ways. The primary difference that you're going to get with this fragrance, the original, the Eau Intense versus the original, is the opening of this fragrance and the far dry down. All right, and I'm about to explain. So in the opening of this fragrance, you're going to get two notes that really kind of differentiate this fragrance from the original Elysium. And upon first spray and application, to me, these fragrances smell nothing alike. Okay, this fragrance is really dominated by a note of rhubarb and lavender in the opening. Now, you guys are probably more familiar with the note of lavender. Clean, kind of a fresh, clean note, kind of aromatic. Of course, you find lavender in pretty much all fougères, which this is classified as an aromatic fougère. But you find lavender in most fougères, so you get that kind of clean smell from lavender. In my opinion, a lot of times slightly sweet. Lavender really is the note that dominates this fragrance. But another note that's not used as much, I've seen it in a few other fragrances. Clive Christian X is one that comes to mind, is the note of rhubarb. And to me, in the opening, that rhubarb comes off there's a very kind of green tinge to it. So you get the lavender and then you get the rhubarb. So those two notes really make this fragrance smell totally different from the original Elysium. So when I say that this fragrance is different, I'm telling you, when you initially spray this, you're gonna say, whoa, these fragrances don't smell anything alike, because the aforementioned original Elysium does not have rhubarb or does not have lavender in the DNA of the original Elysium. And the original Elysium, of course, if you guys, if you don't have it, I'll remind you, or I will enlighten you. It is you get a nice citrus combination. I think there's like lime, grapefruit, bergamot. So it's a very bright, citrusy opening, and is met with woods. That's really what you get in the opening of the original. But that citrus, that combination of those citrus notes, fruit notes in the opening of the original Elysium really made that fragrance special. And you don't get that here. You get something totally different. But I will tell you, I do like the way that this smells. All right, I really do like the opening of this fragrance. When I first spray it, I think kind of a summer. I think summer vibes. As soon as this fragrance sprays initially, when it hits the skin, I start thinking summer. That's what comes to my mind. So the opening is very different from the original. Now, I may have confused you guys when I said in the opening, this is the same, but it's different. It is the same because once you get about 30 minutes or so into wearing this fragrance, you're going to start to see or be reminded of the original Elysium. Okay, so there's a lot of notes in here: juniper berries, thyme, artemisia. There's a lot of things, cedarwood, that's going to start to really come into play, and is going to remind you a lot of the original Elysium. And I do like that. So I like the fact that it's different in the opening, but I do like the fact that you're going to be able to tell that this is a derivative of some nature of the original Elysium, because I do love that fragrance a lot and I hold it in such high regard. So I like the fact that it's different, but it doesn't totally get away from the original DNA of the original, because I really, really like that. Now, another difference that you're going to see with this fragrance as well, with the Eau Intense version, to me, the original Elysium goes more, there's a kind of an amber accord in the base of the original Elysium. I think it's lavender, vanilla, and there may have been one other note. It also has ambergris in there as well. So that one, on the dry down, I get more of that kind of ambergris and amber accord in the far dry down of the original Elysium, whereas with this one, I get more of the leather. Now, there is leather in the original Elysium as well, but like I said, I get more of the kind of amber accord when that one dries down, where with this one, I get a lot more of that leathery nuance on the far dry down of the Eau Intense. So again, it really, really works. It's the same as the original Elysium, but There are some differences, but I do like the fact that it is different and not 100% just maybe a slight increase in performance or a little bit more in depth to the fragrance when you compare it to the original. I like the fact that you pick up some different nuances and elements because, in my humble opinion, you can have both of these fragrances in your collection and it not be a redundant purchase, okay? So I did want to make sure that I emphasize that point. They're alike, but they're different as well. Now, guys, as it pertains to performance of this fragrance, the original Elysium, I got 7.5, 8 hours on average out of that fragrance. Now, with this one, I'm getting about that 6 hour mark. After the first hour, hour and a half, it starts to sit really close to my skin, but I can still pick it up. And like I said, it stays around for about 6 hours. That's what I've been getting so far in my wearing and testing with this fragrance. Now, I do know sometimes that, you know, once a fragrance has had even more time to macerate, that sometimes the performance kind of increases on the fragrance as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably come back later and give you a little bit more of a full in-depth review of this fragrance because, you know, again, I've only had it for about a week or so. You know, so I'll probably come back and give a more detailed review of it. But so far, so good, man. I really, really love the way that this smells. Like I said, I like the fact that it did not venture all the way away from the original DNA. But I do like the fact as well they put some different nuances in this fragrance that, you know, renders it not a redundant purchase if you have the original Elysium in your collection. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I wanted to come on and give you guys my initial thoughts of the newly released fragrance from the house of ROJA Parfums, which of course is Elysium Eau Intense. Have you guys out there, any of you guys out there put your nose on it yet? If you have, I would love to hear your thoughts on this fragrance as well. Make sure you leave them down in the comment section. And as always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. And don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use this information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.